welcome back to another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. My name's TJ. Please like, share, and subscribe. Real quick, right off the bat, a quick shout out to one of my buddies. He's an Iraqi war vet. He did about 14 months overseas in Iraq some years back. Yesterday he sent me a message. He appreciated, he enjoyed my last segment, and then proceeded to vent on his anger and frustration at the situation going on over in Afghanistan. I'll not name him. He knows who he is. And just, hey man, thanks. A couple days ago, I read in both the Gateway Pundit and the Right Scoop news reports that the military, U.S. military, has up and left military service dogs over in Afghanistan. Close to 40 of them, if what I read is correct, close to 40 U.S. military service dogs, they just, we'll say, abandoned. They abandoned them. In a follow-up news article, the Right Scoop kind of updated the situation, and it mentioned how they thought the Defense Department was playing a little word game, saying, we didn't leave any caged animals in Afghanistan. To which the Right Scoop retort was, caged. Caged being the operative word. So what do? They let them out of their cages and let them fend for themselves? Just this morning, I was listening to a man by the name of Kurt Schlichter. He was filling in for Hugh Hewitt on Hugh Hewitt's radio talk show. And he brought up the subject of these dogs being abandoned over there. It sure sounds like he thinks they did it, and it sure sounded like he wasn't very happy about it. A couple groups, Veteran Sheepdogs of America and the American Humane Society, both were trying to do something about these dogs abandoned over there. At this time, now that the deadline has passed, at this time I don't know how successful they were. And the American Humane Society had put out a statement of condemnation. Okay? By the way, everyone, this is not the first time the military did something like this. Going back to the Vietnam War, some years back I read how a bunch of caged military service dogs were shot and killed by the communist North Vietnamese. What had happened was they were left behind under the thinking that they would be put to use by the South Vietnamese military. Well, as we all know, the South Vietnamese military pretty much fell immediately once the North Vietnamese attacked them. So when the North Vietnamese found these military dogs in cages, they just shot them. And you think about it, what else could they do, really? They couldn't use them. The dogs, I don't think the dogs would have listened to them. So, yeah, this isn't the first time the military has left military service dogs behind. For those new to this channel, yeah, I'm pretty much an animal lover. I had the good fortune of, from about the time I was 3 years old up until I was 16, maybe 17, I grew up with the same dog. I had the same dog all through elementary school, into junior high, and then into senior high, and then through sad events, the dog died. But I grew up virtually my entire childhood with the same dog. So I grew up a dog lover. I have since gotten married. My wife has turned me to the dark side, and now I'm a cat lover. But for as much as I love animals, I do not equate animal life to human life. I do believe all life is precious and needs to be treated accordingly with respect. And without getting into a sermon, I also believe that we have been blessed with animals, both domestic and undomesticated, to enrich our lives. So animal cruelty is horrible as far as I'm concerned. I've said all along, anyone who routinely practices animal cruelty, they're jacked up in the head. And that's why this situation with the dogs being left in Afghanistan so irritates me. I can't think of an animal more loyal to mankind than the dog. Thus the term or the phrase, man's best friend. And man's best friend deserved better than this. And they left him in Afghanistan too. Afghanistan, like all them third world countries over there, they have a habit of treating animals poorly just in general. I've read reports that the cruelty that they inflict on animals, not just dogs, but donkeys, some of the cruel things they've done to donkeys over there, it's horrible. You might as well say dysfunctional. It irritates me. I understand that as far as these military service dogs, not all may have been, we'll say, adoptable. Some may have been too high strung for domestic life. Some could be suffering from a type of PTSD. I mean, they had to endure the bombs and shooting just like we did. But you think about it, those animals were trained for war just like a soldier might have been. So, again, after all that, they deserved better. I'm not actually surprised by any of this. I mean, if the Biden administration is willing to leave our allies behind with their families, women and children, and then I just read a report today that they abandoned some of the reporters over there. Imagine that. So if they're willing to leave all these people behind, you think they're going to give a rip about a few dogs? It's just day after day, confirmation upon confirmation of how jacked up these people are. As far as I'm concerned, these people, nothing is beyond the pale with these people. So this is TJ and Callie. She's a daddy's girl. Signing off with be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.